You know that feeling, right? Your phone battery is flashing red, you're desperately scanning the room for an outlet, and then you spot it, a public USB port, and that wave of relief just washes over you. But what if that port isn't just offering you a charge? What if it's actually designed to steal from you? Let's get into it. So picture this. You're at the airport, your phone is basically a paperweight, and you see that beautiful, glowing USB port at a charging station. Feels like a lifesaver, doesn't it? You plug right in, feeling so relieved. But is that feeling a little misplaced? Because in that moment of relief, while your phone is getting that much-needed juice, a hacker could be doing this. They could literally be siphoning out your entire digital life, photos, contacts, private messages. All of a sudden, that free charge doesn't seem so free anymore, does it? This whole threat actually has a name. It's called juice jacking. And yeah, it's a cyber attack that turns the super simple act of charging your phone into a massive security risk. So you're probably wondering, how on earth does this even work? Well, here's the basic setup. A criminal tampers with one of those public USB ports, the kind you find at a coffee shop or an airport or even a hotel. When you plug your phone in, you're unknowingly opening a back door for them to swipe your data or even sneak malware onto your device, all while you're just sitting there scrolling. So how is this even possible? I mean, it's a charging cable, right? It's just supposed to send power? Well, the secret, the vulnerability, is actually hiding in plain sight, in the design of the very USB cable you use every single day. See, your standard USB cable is kind of like a two-lane highway. Inside that cable, you've got different pins. Some pins are for power, that's all you want from a public port, but other pins are for data transfer. That's how you sync photos to your computer. Juice jacking basically exploits those data pins, turning a one-way street for electricity into a two-way street for your private information. And what's really at risk here? Well, basically everything. We are talking about your most personal photos and videos, your entire contact list, your private text message conversations, and yeah, even your saved passwords to banking and social media apps. The potential damage here is just huge. But wait, it gets even sneakier. What if the charging port itself is totally fine? Well, hackers have figured that out. They've developed a new tool where it's not the port they compromise, it's the cable itself. So let's go back to that airport. You forgot your cable at home, but you look over and see one just left behind at the charging station. It looks brand new, maybe even an official Apple or Android one. You think, wow, this must be my lucky day, right? Wrong. That lucky find could actually be a purpose-built hacking device called an OMG cable. And trust me, it is one of the most diabolical forms of this attack. This thing looks and feels exactly like a regular charging table. But hidden inside that plastic shell is a tiny microchip and a Wi-Fi transmitter. As soon as you plug it in and start typing, it acts as a keylogger, recording every single thing you type, your passwords, your bank details, your messages, and then it beams all that info wirelessly to a hacker sitting nearby. Okay, I know, that all sounds absolutely terrifying. But here's the good news, and it's really good news. Protecting yourself is incredibly simple. You don't need to be a tech genius to completely shut these threats down. Here's how you take back control. All right, here are your 3 best lines of defense. First, and this is the easiest one, just avoid public USB ports altogether. Use your own AC adapter, that little square power brick that came with your phone, and plug directly into a normal wall socket. Those are safe. Second, carry a portable power bank. That way, you become your own trusted power source, and you don't even have to think about public ports. And third, there's this clever little gadget called a USB data blocker. So, what does this little lifesaver cost? You're probably thinking a lot, right? Nope, it's about $5. It's a tiny adapter that you pop on the end of your cable, and it has no data pins inside. It physically severs the connection that hackers need, letting only power flow through. Seriously, for the price of a coffee, you get complete peace of mind. So really, the big takeaway here is that convenience often has a hidden cost. That free power you're so happy to find could end up costing you your most sensitive, most personal information. So the next time your battery is dying and you see that public USB port winking at you, you'll know exactly what the risks are. And you just have to ask yourself, is a few minutes of convenience really worth a lifetime of potential digital disaster? Stay safe out there.